ndinoda kuti nyika isiwe vanhu vangu inguva yedu hatingachatsi kubudirira mwari ari parutivi pedu rambai muchirwa.
My hitters don't die, and real hitters gon' shine, and my people gon' line. That's my point to it, yeah. I ain't saying
How the hell do I not have the deal? I swear this thing is a real dog. I play fan off the cowards so they can't feel. The wife try to console me like it's coming, baby, chill. She don't understand. I'm the only one that's real. I remember the third grade. Them kids, they had waves. I had them BDBs. You know that Zimbabwe ain't great. So they do shades and your boy hit the stage, press play, and all the chicks was like, yeah. While boys was moving bricks, I was moving chips. If she gave me calculus, gave her a mouthful of it. Heat rose to this thing, boy, I bet on myself.
Grand Rising, everyone. Welcome to The Day with Trae. I'm your host, Trae Holiday, and I want to welcome you to a wonderful Wednesday. I got a wise woman in the set with me today. We're going to be talking to Georgine Noble. She's going to be giving us all the digs on how she has become a stylist and what kind of looks folks have been getting from her. I'm so excited to have her on with me. Folks always ask me, do I have a stylist? So I told her, maybe I have to check in and tap in. Y'all know I be trying to just style myself, and I'm so grateful for those who really think I have a whole team behind my looks. But she is an amazing person if you do need a team behind your look. So I get to dive into her and her stylist capabilities in the show today. But of course, y'all, it is the top of the show, so it's a great time to tag and share this stream. Participate with us, y'all. Come on, tag and share the stream with folks who you feel could benefit from a daily dose of dopeness right here on The Day with Trae. If you cannot watch our TV show, we do have you covered because our whole podcast team is making sure that we are up on all of the podcast platforms you could possibly think of. All you have to do is search Converge Media Network and The Day with Trae. Y'all will find us on Google, Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, Apple Music, whichever podcast platform is your favorite. We are on all of them. Shout out to our whole team for doing that work. And shout out to the listeners out there in the podcast world. We appreciate you also sharing the podcast with those who can benefit from all the great works we have going on here on The Day with Trae. But we don't have great works without great people. And before I get into it today with Georgine, I just want to say thank you to all of the great folks who have been sharing their stories on this platform and coming into the studio with me on my living room set in the Black Media Matter studios to share what they're doing in community. I'm so uplifted and charged, y'all. Completely energized by all of this amazing brilliance within our community. We work to really not only give you information that's going to be, helpful for you in your lives, but also inspiring stories of those who are doing their own works in the world, who took up a torch, said, this is what I'm going to do. And they're steadfast in doing it. And I am reminded every single episode that that's the reason for this platform, that we do get to elevate and amplify the amazing stories that are already going on in our community and beyond. Being a partner with STG and Fifth Avenue Theater and Pacific Northwest Ballet and Seattle Opera and other places that are growing. Those are some amazing partnerships where we get to also showcase the amazing artistic works that are happening right here within Seattle. But it's always so important to talk about the folks behind those works. And so I love being able to interview cast members, amazing performers who are coming here to our city to bring their brilliance and talent to our city as well. Another opportunity for us to dive into arts and culture in a very organic and unique way with all of the shows that come here, but also all of the amazing artists that are born and bred of this Pacific Northwest area, and they bring their talents to so many different venues. I mean, there's always something here, honestly, to do in the city, and I want y'all to really tap in to the shows here on Converge because, my amazing colleagues are uplifting so many great works that are going on, major events, events and concerts and showcases and art shows. And I'm telling y'all, you know, we got poetry and the works all happening right here. So when people are out there talking about there ain't nothing to do, I'm going to say now it's on you. You know, we got access to all of this digitization of our world for you to actually benefit from all of the great things that people are doing. So you don't get to say that anymore. Now you actually have an opportunity to tap in and make sure you're at these shows, participating and celebrating the greatness that is right here in your backyard. Well, I get to continue with some phenomenal greatness from Georgine right after this short break. Y'all stay tuned. You do not want to miss this. You're watching The Day with Trae.
I think my pieces of advice would be come in with humility, enjoy your passion, and be ready to work. Those are my three things. I think if you think your product is perfect and you may not need to adjust, your product's gonna die quickly because the world adjusts, people adjust. You need to always be thinking about your customer and what they want. So you may have an idea of what you like, but you got to move that to what the customer likes also. And two, just enjoy your job. I love what I do. It is hard. I love what I do. It's hard, and you're fighting Mother Nature, and you're fighting inflation and all these other things. But I think it's made me a better human being. And thirdly, like, be ready to work. Don't be lazy. Like, just do the research. Get a mentor. Like, you know, that also goes with being humble. Like, find somebody who's done it, and then work with them to help you be the best version of yourself.
Big Tobacco thinks they know everything. They think they know you, your community, the places you go, and the way that you spend your time. They think they got you all figured out, down to a formula, a calculation based off of numbers of what they think they know. Show them they're wrong. Learn more at theythinktheyknowyou.org.
I learned about the new program through many different community organizations. The program, they're very good at making sure that you meet the right people. My favorite part would have to be the community building and also the volunteer opportunities as well. I've been working on my physical health a lot more. I've been intentional about that, and they're very big on that. I'm still learning how transformational it is because there's just so much opportunity. It's a great program, and they will support you.
Visit the link at the end of this video to learn more.
Welcome back, everyone, to The Day with Trae. I'm your host, Trae Holiday. Joining me is stylist extraordinaire, Miss Georgine Noble. Hi.
Hey, girl.
How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Well, I'm gonna say you're beyond well. You're looking straight fabulous.
Thank you.
You came through in full-on stylist regalia today.
Well, thank you. I appreciate
Absolutely. And it's so beautiful because I was taken aback because you were like, girl, hold on, you're killing it. You're killing it
Yes.
with these looks. And then somebody said, and you know she's a stylist. I'm like, oh,
Yes.
wait a minute.
Yes.
We got to get you on to talk about it. So there's something really special about stylist world because you have to have a real sense of style yourself in order for you to say, you know what, I'm going to create a business. I'm going to
Yes.
do this. I'm going to help others.
Yes.
I want to hear the beginning, Georgine. Tell us.
Oh my gosh. Well, so first of all, I have always had a love for fashion. Like as far as I can remember, being a little girl, always wanting to dress up. My parents were extremely stylish. So watching them, my grandmother was a seamstress. So she made a lot of clothes and things for me and my cousins. And then my great grandmother was extremely stylish. And so I've always just kind of had this eye, which then transitioned into me being in high school and kind of wanting to venture into like the sneaker world and styling myself, my own self for various events in high schools and then some of my friends. And then it just kind of went on from there. And so I've always loved colors, mixing colors, just vibrant, bold things. I have a larger than life personality. And so I think a lot of times that my own personal fashion exhibits that. And so most of my clients that I get, they know that they're not going to get anything drab or basic with me. Even if it's something that's black and white, it's either going to be polka dots or stripes or something that makes you stand out. And so I've loved the ability to be able throughout my life to play with clothes and colors and patterns as a way of self-expression for my own self.
Yeah.
And so I just transferred that love into working with people, and here we have it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, it's beautiful because to know that you had an eye for it early on, that really speaks volumes to your sense of style. But also, like you said, you paid homage to your family members, you know, your grandmother, your great grandmother, like, your parents really showing you, and you see so much of that is about exposure, right? What you're exposed to, that opens you up to that. But also there's something special about styling, because anybody can go to a store and buy pieces, but so much of this is about the look. It's about putting pieces together. And you have some looks that you're going to be sharing with us. I want you to break down these looks. Let's go ahead and go to look one. Tell us, what was the inspiration behind this first look? What was the client looking for? What made you put this together this way?
Yes. So this particular look for this client, she was turning 50 and she wanted to do something that was very bold. She's really eclectic and she likes, again, bold colors and patterns. And so I was able to create a virtual look, which is the look that you see on a white backboard, so she could see it before I actually put it on her body. And so, so we picked at this thing until we got it down. And so that is her with it actually on, and she absolutely loved it. I was able to fully execute her vision for her birthday photo shoot. And, just the ability to be able to work with someone in such a milestone moment in their life is always such a humbling and honoring experience for me. So I believe she killed it. She was very, very excited about it. And the beauty of this particular look is that the skirt can be worn in a different way. The jean jacket can be worn a different way. So I always make sure that my clients, wherever I'm putting them in, that they get the bang for their buck. That is just not one look that can be pulled out of something that I've put them in. So they're able to switch pieces around. And so she's been able to utilize these pieces since that shoot to be able to create different looks as well on her own.
Well, that's amazing. And I love the skirt. I mean, there's something so special about patchwork in style.
Absolutely.
Because it takes me back to, our ancestors who were quilters. And I always think about that when I see patchwork style. But I love that, you had the ability to give her versatility with the look, which, people will say all the time. I hear people say all the time, I've never seen you wear something, the same way before, twice, or never seen you wear something twice. Well, I have certain pieces that you've seen me wear twice, but maybe just not the same way, maybe not with the same top or whatever. I may have worn this dress before, but maybe I'd had my hair different earrings or whatever. There's always other things that you can do to make a look versatile. And I think that's really special about a stylist eye.
Well, because ideally, you want to be able to get the most out of your clothes. And so if you have that ability to wear it in a different variation, then you're able to be your own creative, right? Because us as stylists, we are creatives, but the goal is just not to always have you depend on us, to be able to give you tools to be able to do this thing on your own, and maybe call us when a big event is coming up or things like that. But when you're a stylist, if you haven't been able to deposit some good tools into your client to be able to actually do some things on their own, then you've really kind of failed.
Yeah, see, that I love that. You're not about the dependency on
correct.
you, which is so key. You also have here, we have another look here. Look 2. Tell us more about this look here.
So this particular look I created for a fashion, I think it was a runway event, and it was so I could show how I take things from virtual to reality. And so this particular look was created for a neon theme. And so I was able to create this virtual look, have the people approve it, and then actually put my model in it to be able to showcase the virtual to reality ability that I have, that I actually do. The bulk of my work is virtual to reality with my clients, just because it's easier for them with working people, working moms, families, things like this, where we can't actually go physically shopping, but I'm able to create virtual looks and do virtual shopping, and then just have things shipped, create final fittings, and then we're done.
Wow.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, digitization of styling is really probably taking your business to a whole
It-
nother
yes.
level, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, because my business was birthed right before the pandemic. And I was like, oh my God, how am I going to do this now? I can't meet with anybody. But even in the pandemic, people were still wanting to get styled. And so the ability for me to be able to do everything virtual was literally a blessing in disguise, because it's what really took off my business. And so, the whole purpose of my business is to be able to create kind of like a painless journey, right? Because some people are scared of clothes. They don't know how to put them together, or they get really scared or intimidated, or they just don't have the time. Like somebody like you, you're a mother, you're doing this and other things. And so sometimes you may not have the time. Doesn't mean you can't dress. It just means I need a little bit of help. And so that was the passion behind my business, because I am a working mom and I am in school and I do have a 9-to-5 job and I do have all these things going. So I create this business with ease, with a woman and family and men in mind, to be able to assist where they didn't have to do anything besides say, yes, I like that. No, I don't. And then we're done.
Well, you know, with that last look there's something so special about pops of color, particularly when you can use kind of a more monochrome base.
Yes.
You know, so I see you had the black and the with the polka dot pants.
Yes.
Another little fine touch to it, but really allowing the neon to pop.
Yes.
And that is, you know, just yesterday I had a whole neon outfit on, and people were like, "Oh my God," you know, that look, because people, neon is very specific, right?
It really
and
is.
if you have the right pieces to bring the pops of color out,
Yes.
great. And if you can combine different neons, like I love seeing that look, because I'm like, oh wow, just yesterday I had on like a neon yellow with a neon pink, and it works. But it's all about how you put it together, and there's something special about that final look.
That's
you
right.
know, and how does that resonate with you when you see these final looks on your clients?
Every time. Now, I've been doing this for 4 years. Every time it blows me to actually see what I seen in my head and see it come all together on an actual body is always so mind blowing to me. And it keeps me in a very grateful space for this gift, because I do acknowledge that everybody doesn't have this creativeness. And so I am always so like, oh my gosh. And the flip side to that is to see how my clients receive it, where they actually are like, I really loved it on that, but oh my gosh, now I'm so confident. I absolutely adore what you did for me. Just does something for my spirit to be able to know that in some way that my creativeness has impacted someone's life. And so it brings out a new level of confidence in people. You know, that's the beauty of being a stylist, is that we're here to kind of push you, but not too much, so you're still comfortable. And so to be able to see a final product that I've like put together, or a concept, or executing someone's vision, is just, it's amazing. It's amazing feeling.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, you have one more look here to kind of dissect for us. Look 3 here. Tell us more about, you know, some of the inspiration behind this phenomenal look.
Yeah, so this particular look was created again for another fashion event that I did, and this young lady, the model that I chose, she was to be sitting in a space that was leopard themed, and so I had to create a look that matched the leopard print. And so, believe it or not, 2 pieces in this specific look are not actual clothes. They are lingerie. Wow. And so the look that I was creating was lingerie today. And so this is where the 2 pieces with the bodysuit and the duster, which is really a robe, I was able to create a 2-day look for this individual to be able to wear. And I will never forget, she loved this so much that she was like, can I please have everything in this look? And so I was able to gift her some items, definitely, because she did a phenomenal job with modeling. But again, just to know that she was there to model, but I actually created something that she loved as an individual was so encouraging and uplifting to myself.
Oh, it's beautiful. And I love how you're taking pieces that normally wouldn't be worn out in the day and you're making it, accessible to wear during the day. And that's another key element, I think, to a stylist eye and a stylist touch is being able to even see it in fabric and be like, okay, wait, I could do something here. I love that. And I just am glad that now we're connected because as you have more and more styles, we'll have to have you keep coming back and sharing styles. I think there's something so special about, fashion. And, for me, there, like I said, people think I have a stylist all the time. And I am just like you, I'll see something in my head and I'm like, if I put these things together, how will that look? And, as I started doing more and more of that and just building on, what I love to see on me, I started realizing like, whoa, people are like, you got a whole thing going on. And it was like, after a couple of years, I'm like, okay, I guess I get to step into that space because I've heard it now enough from community and from even folks in the fashion industry who have been like, yo, your game is on point. I'm like, all right, cool. We good. Well, of course, I got to give you time because if people are wanting to connect with you, get styles from you, how do they connect with you, Georgine?
So I am on Instagram. My handle there is Styled by Fitted. I'm on Facebook under Fitted Personal Styling Services. And my website is www.styledbyfitted.com. And on my website, you can read more about my passion and how this all got started, as well as book a consultation. My packages are on the site as well. And I'm pretty active on all three platforms, and I would love to connect. Just a shameless plug, Renaissance Tour is coming here. And if you need any assistance with getting fabbed up for that, I can assist because I know personally, I'm still like, what am I going to wear? And I often say, what happens when the stylist needs a stylist? So anyways, yes, I would love to connect and be able to help push you in the fashion world.
There we go. Miss Georgine Noble. So glad you could join me today.
I'm so glad you had me. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it.
Well, maybe after a Renaissance tour, you have to come back and share some of the looks you put together.
Let's do it.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Thanks for joining me.
Yeah, no problem.
Oh, this is so much fun talking about fashion with a real stylist in the building, y'all, who is doing it big. You got to see some of her looks there. Make sure you tap in. I'm going to wrap it all up right after this short break. Stay tuned. You're watching The Day with Trae.
1 in every 500 African Americans in the U.S. suffers from sickle cell disease. 1 in 3 African American blood donors is a match for patients with sickle cell. 1 appointment to donate blood with the American Red Cross can help save a life. Will you be that one? Visit redcrossblood.org/ourblood today to schedule an appointment at a location near you.
The new COVID-19 updated booster provides the best protection available right now. So don't wait. Stay safe this summer and get your updated booster today. To find a free vaccine provider near you, go to kingcounty.gov/vaccine.
So the advice that I would give to anybody coming into really any space is always keeping an eye out for the people that are doing the thing that you want to do and seeking them out and just asking them for a cup of coffee, asking to meet and connect with them in some way, because more often than not, those are the people that want to help you and want to uplift you and figure out a way to provide you support. So even if they don't have the answer, they can help you find somebody, but also they're helping you write the first few chapters of your story. And I think that that is the most important thing. Like, you don't know what you don't know coming into that space, and you have to be unafraid to ask those questions and really trust yourself and lean in hard. You know, you're gonna make mistakes. That's going to happen. It is inevitable. It is a part of life. But what matters is what you learn from that, what the takeaway is, and how you push forward.
Welcome back, everyone, to The Day with Trae. I'm your host, Trae Holiday, and I get to give a huge shout out to my guest today, Georgine Noble, for making a dream of mine come true. You know, when we first started The Day with Trae, fashion was a major pillar for us here, and I'm so grateful that we was able to dive into some looks, some inspiration. And it sounds like I need to start doing some looks of my own and at least putting a photo out there every day of whatever my outfit is. I'm going to try to do better with that, y'all, because I've heard it so many times. But it's so much fun to talk about what people love to do in a fun way. You know, we get bogged down by the news of the day and what's going on, all the things happening in the community sometimes. But it's so great to be able to really focus on something that I love every day. I love putting my own looks together, and I love to be able to talk to folks who are doing that. So it sounds like we may have a fashion special brewing, y'all, because I want to bring more stylists on, talk about their inspiration for the looks that they create and how important it is for us to have all of these different personalities and eclectic views when it comes to styling and fashion. Y'all know I'm inspired by what Georgine shared here. She's talked about starting from a young age, knowing that she loved it. She loved to look at fashion and understand it from her great grandmother on down. I want y'all to be inspired. Whatever it is that you love and you really enjoy, find a way to make that a part of what you do and bring it out to community so we can all benefit from it, y'all. I'm going to actually be taking a bit of a hiatus tomorrow, but I'll be back on Friday for Fitness Friday. So until tomorrow at 11 a.m. with my Converge team, y'all, peace. Converge Media produces culturally relevant content for Black and urban audiences. Our coverage is raw, transparent, and objective, praised by community leaders, government officials, and residents. Support Converge Media today via Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal at Converge Media.